Hello, boys, girls, ladies, and gentlemen, and everything in between. My name is Ram,
And my name's Sly, and
and
welcome
this
to the
is
Booty
whatever.
Salad
No,
Podcast.
no,
The
it's not
Booty
booty salad.
Salad
God damn it!
Podcast. The
No,
Booty Salad
we decided like 2 weeks
Podcast.
ago that it's not going to be booty salad. It's whatever floats your
Well,
goat.
I changed my mind. It's Booty Salad Podcast
No,
now.
it's
We're
not
back.
booty salad again. I'm not gonna
It's
have.
it's Booty Salad.
It's not booty salad.
If you want it to be Booty Salad, like, comment, subscribe. It's
How
Booty
long are you
Salad.
gonna ride that one trick pony?
It's Booty Salad though. To be fair.
It's whatever floats your goat. And thank you
Okay.
for watching.
Well, I mean, if that's whatever floats your goat, then it's going to be that booty salad. You know, it's whatever floats your goat. Does that float your goat? Booty salad?
Brett,
Dude, I bet you a bunch of booty salad would float really well. Can you imagine that?
no, booty
Imagine
salad
that
would
for
not.
a second.
It would flow, yes, but there'd be like lettuce and everything everywhere. It wouldn't stay in the
No,
bowl.
it's like a taco salad. You're eating a taco or a fruit salad. You don't actually put lettuce and shit in it. You just put it's a cavalcade of fucking booty. That's all it is. Like, that's all it is. You don't have to
Alright.
actually put lettuce in there. Okay, whatever.
It's whatever floats your goat, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Alright,
Alright,
so, welcome to my podcast.
As usual, one of us didn't bring news, so it's left
Yeah,
on the other
Josh.
one to bring all the news.
Jesus Christ.
The first piece is you've actually already heard about this because I know you watch the Gymquisition like I do every day
Oh,
that
yeah.
it airs.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just a problem that's been in the gaming community for a while now, for a long time. No Man's Sky fans are more toxic than the Dark Souls fan base. Recently, the No Man's Skies fans have been acting out of line for a while and it's recently intensified. These fans of the game have been sending death threats to players, journalists, and game developers for a variety of reasons, usually for not agreeing with the game being a masterpiece, or in the case of Jim Sterling, he gave a not perfectly positive review of it, so they DDoSed his page, and it's a page that made no revenue at all, so he didn't make money off the page being open, so they just DDoSed it to be crybabies.
You see, the thing, and he mentioned this in the video, he said, it's ironic that a game that's meant to be, relaxing, it's a chill-out game, it's ironic that so many people are so bent out of shape over it, and instead of playing the game, they're spending their time yelling on the internet. The thing that pisses me off, because I run a server, or I help run a server rather, and there's people who have complaints, and I can understand valid complaints, well-founded criticism. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But it's when people continuously hammer on the same issues that it annoys the absolute hell out of me, because it makes me think that person's life is so inconsequential that just this little thing revolving a video game is what got them so bent out of fucking shape. Like, how sad are you as a person that you're spending hours upon hours not enjoying the game that you're defending, but just ranting and telling other people that they can't feel the way they feel about a game because you feel a certain way about it. It's so it's stupid. I feel like it's stupid. I think it's sad personally, but I'll let other people have their own opinion on that. It blows me away when stuff like this happens.
This is a problem that's been happening in the gaming community a long time, even before No Man's Sky. You remember when Vandahar got life threats because he changed the scope in time for the ballista.
Wait, he got life threats? You made the gun, you balanced the gun perfectly, so now I'm gonna make sure you live. Is that what a life threat is?
Yeah,
I'm gonna save
life
you
threat
so
is this. I'm
hard.
gonna ensure that you live forever, so that you have to live through this for the rest of your life. Yes, they're giving him life threats. They want him to suffer for eternity. No,
Yeah,
they were giving him threats on his life.
I
They were
gotcha.
giving him death threats because his team increased the time it takes for you to scope in with the ballista, and because now you couldn't get a
And a
quad feed
DSR.
with it anymore.
It's a
Uh,
DSR.
it was the DSR.
Yeah, the DSR was the heavy one. The
Oh
Ballista
yeah,
could still get feeds, but
yeah.
the DSR couldn't
But the problem
anymore.
was is that the DSR, the one that was supposed to be heavier and the one that's supposed to be slower to use, was being used as a primary quickscoper gun, even though the ballista was the one that was made for that. But people were complaining that it's not possible to get a quad feed anymore with the ballista, so time to lose your shit and threaten a man's life. And not only that,
His
they threatened
family.
his family, his children, specifically his children, on a couple occasions. And he even pulled his daughter out of school for a couple of days because of it. And yeah, it's really shitty that like your life revolves so much around a game that one little change makes you want to threaten someone else's life and actually make them fear for your life.
And
Like
the thing is,
that doesn't
uh,
make you appear to have a logical argument or them go, "Oh, I want to listen to these people." No, it makes them see that you're an asshole or that you're fucking mentally damaged or there's something else wrong with you and have an actual reason to fear you. This isn't going to make them change anything. If anything, this makes them not want to change it and like not want to develop anymore. So if your goal was to get them to not develop for the game anymore, you may have achieved it, but you're not going to get the change you wanted. These
yeah,
changes aren't made on the person by person basis. These changes are made on a company level. So your little pissant death threats and shit like that, that's not doing anything. You want the thing to be fixed, you need to find legitimate, actual reasons or balancing reasons that they need to change this. Otherwise, they're not gonna.
and that's the thing. As soon as you stoop to that level, no one's going to take you seriously. Um, so doing it doesn't help your case at all. Just not at all. Um, in addition to not helping your case, it it's just again, like I said, it's super petty and it's just sad in my personal opinion.
It reveals the fan base for what it really is. Like, you'll find out how shitty a fan base is based on how many responses they give out like this.
Well,
Like, I used to think that Dark Souls was the worst fan base ever, but, like, after the No Man's Sky, like, death threats and shit like that, I received a lot of negative comments on my Dark Souls videos and stuff like that, or, like, in the Dark Souls Reddit, but, like, I never received anything that, added up to death threats.
well, it's always, and it's also, it's a vocal minority. Like, not everyone that's a fan of No Man's Sky is a giant dick nose, right? Not
No,
everyone.
but the loudest people are the ones that are heard the easiest.
Hmm.
And when you do that and you act out of line, you're negatively representing your entire community. You're negatively representing the entire fan base. So
Yep.
that's like doing shit like that is what makes people think, "Oh, the No Man's Sky fanboys are a bunch of fucking twats."
Yeah. The worst thing about in regards to the whole crap you just said it, the Call of Duty community director. What's his name?
Vandahar.
Vandahar, yeah. The worst part about it is like he's just the messenger. Like he doesn't have a say on the nerfs. He
Yeah, he's
just
the
comes
community
out with
manager.
them.
He
Yeah,
goes on Twitter and he reads your guys' tweets and stuff like that, and then he tells the company. He doesn't actually have a hand in how things are handled. He just reads it and relays the message to someone. He's just he's
I
like
have.
a he's like a secretary.
Well, like I said, he's the messenger. He's the mailman. He just tells you the news. He doesn't actually, he's not the one that caused it. So that's why I have a lot of respect for community managers. Like, who's the Xbox community manager? Phil Spencer.
No, Phil Spencer is the CEO. He's the guy who runs Xbox.
But he's also the community manager, though, right? Like, he comes out all the time and he announces, or would that
I thought it
be
was. I don't think they
Major
have a
Nelson?
community manager, but the closest thing would be Major Nelson.
Well, regardless, he does, community manager-esque stuff. He comes out and he's like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, and he has the backlash for it. This is something I noticed a really long time ago. I was reading Phil Spencer's his Twitter, and he says that he's judged more for the things that he does than who he is as a person. And I was like, oh, dude, that sucks to be like that,
That's
Where,
actually that's his Twitter quote. You can go onto
yeah,
his profile right now, and it's right there.
yeah, exactly. And I remember Bondahar had something similar as his, and that's when I really started to respect community managers because they just get well. It doesn't necessarily have to be the community manager. It's whoever is the face of the news for a particular developer or for anything. They always receive the brunt of the hate, no matter what. Like I remember when people were pissed at zombies. They were fucking yelling at Bondahar, and he doesn't even he did what? Like, he doesn't even do anything with zombies. He's the multiplayer director, that's the news he relays for the most part. Like, it just makes no sense. Um, so, I don't like it. It sucks. It's stupid. People are whiny little babies in regards to this stuff. And again, like I said, it's vocal minority, but those are the ones you hear the loudest, and it sucks people can't grow up.
This is true. Like with any community, it's always the loudest people that are heard the easiest, and that's why you get like negative stereotypes and stuff like that have like no actual basis, because these people are so openly obnoxious about it.
And it's like the furry communities. There's
Yeah,
stereotypes from there too because of the loud individuals, which tend to be the worst representations of the furry
and the
community.
more open the community is to letting anybody join, the worse the stereotypes get. Like,
Yeah.
if there's no exclusivity, then just anybody can come in, and then anybody can act like a total jackass. And people, you gotta have fucking filters. Seriously.
Eh,
It may not be in public, but at least act like it's in public so you don't get yourself caught saying stupid shit.
that's one more thing I want to talk about. I remember when that whole snipe, I think they call it the snipe apocalypse, like it was the apocalypse
Oh yeah,
because
the
sniper.
snipocalypse.
Yeah. I remember Drifter did a video on it, and he was discussing the kind of things that Bondahar's having to go through. And then, he had the caveat, just like, yeah, what I go through is like a fraction of what he goes through because he's the face of this entire, like, $1 million corporation, basically, simply because he announces Call of Duty stuff for Black Ops.
And what's even worse for Vandahar is like he's not like a YouTuber where he can just sit there and ignore the comments and ignore the things being sent to him. It's his job to read those things. He has to read all the things that you guys send him. So like not only does he have to listen to your guys' petty bullshit, but people like him have to sit through and read all of it. Like I doubt many of you could handle reading that much negative shit on the daily.
And but what Drifter said, that which I still remember to this day, is that um, eh, when he gets those comments, like the "go kill yourself" comments or "I'm gonna kill you" comments, he's like, okay, so let's take into consideration. Let's say there's 30 million fans of Call of Duty. Now, let's just say 1% of the Call of Duty fan base actually has some sort of mental illness or where they're serious when they say they're going to kill me. You can't disregard those death threats. Like, you just can't. You can't disregard them. Even if a lot of people's like, oh, we'll just get over it. They're obviously not actually going to kill you.
And do you know
But
how easy it is to find a person nowadays? If you just know if you know their name, you can find anything out about a person that you want to without even trying. All you need to know is their real name,
it's pretty scary.
and that's why I just go by Ram.
I mean, well, I call you Josh, so.
Yeah, but it's Josh. Josh is like the most common name ever. It's like, even if you had my last name is so super plain that you still couldn't pick me out of a crowd.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it's super sad when it comes
You
to
might as well
this
just call me
video
James
games.
Smith.
Uh, People are the fucking worst. This is why we can't have nice things. That's my quote of everything gaming related. It's this is why we can't have nice things because I don't know what it is about gamers. You know, I love gamers. My best friends are gamers, and
The black
we just
friend
get
argument.
well. No, it's not that. It's just I don't see. We get a really bad rep because of a few. Well, I say few, a vocal minority. You know, the misogynists, the racists, the assholes, you know, stuff like that. Shit's just the worst. There's not
All
much you
right.
can do about
Well,
it, though.
speaking of why we can't have nice things, Nintendo. You might have, if you watched last week's episode, I mentioned that Nintendo had a takedown notice issued against the people who made AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake. Well, they did it again, and they didn't even wait an entire week before they took down this fan game. Nintendo of America was sending takedown notices to the creators of Pokemon Uranium, a fun little Pokemon fan game. I say little, but this Pokemon fan game is as expansive and as like fully realized as an actual Pokemon game, if not more so. But it
I
was
mean,
Nintendo of America sent takedown notices to them, and the Pokemon Uranium company couldn't get into contact with Nintendo Japan, so they have no idea if they actually want it taken down, but they just listened and complied anyway because it's the American one. But yeah,
this is why we
it's
can't have
pretty
nice
shitty.
things.
This is why we can't have nice things because if you don't know anything about Pokemon Uranium, RIP, you might not be able to get a copy ever, but it was a free fan game. Free fan game, no donations, nothing, and they weren't receiving anything from this. No one was making any money off of it at all. But it got taken down, and it had 8 gyms, 7 side quests after you finished the Elite Four, 192 custom-made Pokemon made by one person, and it took them like 9 years to make this. This person spent forever.
She.
Yeah, this person invested a good portion of their life creating these Pokemon and developing this game just for Nintendo to shut it down overnight.
Yeah,
And
it's.
then it's also
Copyright.
got it's got other stuff. Online modes. It's got online battling, trading, Wonder Trades. It's got everything that the DS games have, plus 192 original Pokemon with 8 more that were coming. Well, they took it down, and in a recent note to fans on their Twitter, they said that they can't give out any more official links, any more official ones. Let me just go ahead and read the letter off right quick. Give some opinions real quick, Brett.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, it's always a slippery slope when you refer to something that's protected by copyright law. Like, it's like the whole Nostalius thing with World of Warcraft, where they brought down these not these maintained servers, because I mean, yeah, the game belongs to Blizzard, but they're not providing the service that people wanted. It's it sucks, you know. It really you really see how shitty some companies can be when it comes down to this. And I believe it opens the discussion to, like, what would you do if you were in charge of that particular business and something like that happened. Personally, if I was a part of the Japanese Pokemon company and I heard the English one was telling these guys to fuck off, I'd be like, no, you fuck off, you know? But, again, that's just what my own limited understanding on how this thing works.
All right. Here's the message from the creators of Pokemon Uranium. After receiving more than 1,500,000 downloads of our game, we have been notified of multiple takedown notices from lawyers representing Nintendo of America. While we have not personally been contacted, it is clear what their wishes are, and we respect those wishes deeply. Therefore, we will no longer provide official download links for the game through our website. We have no connection to the fans who re-upload the game files to their own hosts, and we cannot verify those download links are all legitimate. We advise you to be extremely cautious about downloading the game from unofficial sources. So, like, halfway through, and they're already nudging other players, please re-upload the game. Please re-upload it. Yeah, so I'm not the only one that caught that, right?
Yeah.
We are blown away by the response the game has received, and thank you all so much for your outstanding support. We will continue to provide Pokemon Uranium-related news and updates through our official channels. You are welcome to continue discussing and sharing content related to the game on our forums and Discord, where there is a very active community. Thank you for reading, and let's share our love of Pokemon.
That's so funny. It's so like, let's share,
Legally,
share.
The message does protect them from being continually harassed by Nintendo lawyers and stuff like that. But it also protects them in the situation that their fans, which we will, upload other copies. And I'll admit to it already. I've already uploaded copies and shared it among some friends on some other social sites. If you have a copy of the game, do it, upload it, share it.
Yeah, I don't think you can say that.
I can say it. I'm not legally tied to the project. I have no development in the project. Like,
that's funny though.
And what are they going to do? Sue me for taking no money from them?
Well, I mean to be fair, that game wasn't making any money either, right? So
yeah,
that's why.
So there was no reason for them to take it down.
Well, the argument is not that you're taking money from them per se, like not that you're making money, but you're taking money that they could have gotten by enjoying official Pokemon, merchandise.
The next official Pokemon game isn't until like October, so there's plenty of time for people to finish this one and get bored of it. And like, not everyone's gonna enjoy this Pokemon game anyway. Like, I showed you a few of them, and you said some of them look straight up ridiculous.
Yeah, like that one looked ridiculous for sure.
Oh, and here's some extra tweets. This is 2 days after the message that they gave out about the takedowns. There's a new mystery gift available on the 15th. And they're supporting a Twitch plays Pokemon Uranium, and they're also giving coding instructions on how to fix the automatic patcher. So they're continuing to support the game, even though they made it so that it's not readily available for official download. So they're continuing to develop for it, even though they've taken down the download links.
Yeah, but it seems strange that they haven't heard back yet.
It's clear what their wishes. It's clear what the developers are doing and what they want to do. They want to continue developing it, but they also don't want to be in trouble legally. So, like, they're also saying at the same time, "Fuck you, Nintendo." So, I mean, it's good for them that they're having an actual spine and not letting this minor setback set them back too far. Like the AM2R people, I don't know for sure, but like I haven't heard anything about it since it happened. So, and there's been plenty of fan games where they just flat out gave up afterwards. Like, just because the game isn't officially available, urge people to don't urge them, don't go out there and say, "Hey, I need you to do this," but basically do what they did. There's no way they can get in trouble for this.
Man, I don't know.
They'd have to pull some serious straws to get them in trouble.
I always get not skeptical, but concerned when it involves doing something that I think is kind of illegal, but I don't really know the law well enough to know if it really is. So
at this point, it's not illegal because they're not the ones doing it. Because they said that they will take down their official links, which means that they can't be held responsible for what their fans do.
Yeah, of course.
So they're fine. They can continue to develop and support the game for private uses, and if someone else happens to upload the private files, well, oops.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate.
But like, Nintendo is starting to step in on Konami territory and starting to get annoying as piss.
Well, Nintendo's always been like that, though. Nintendo's always been the type that's like, oh, well, it's mine and no one else can use it. Nintendo's always done that. They've always been, 2 centuries behind. Uh,
They've been like this for a very long time because of what happened to the Atari. The reason the Atari failed was because of unofficial games and basically they had no what's it called quality control and stuff like that, and that's why the video game crash of '84 happened because there was no quality control and just shovelware was being released on it, and it was expensive shovelware. So when the NES came out, they released it and they put the Nintendo seal of approval on a game to show that the game was legit and that it was a quality game and that if you purchased it you knew you were getting a quality game. And I guess Nintendo never left that mindset. There's a difference between quality control and a fan game. Like the fan game isn't being released on any official Nintendo channels at all. It's not going to be playable on any Nintendo console. There's no reason to stop fan games. If anything, they should be taking this as an opportunity to learn from their past mistakes, which there are plenty,
mm.
and improving their games. But they're completely missing out on this opportunity and just screwing themselves over. It's like you do work and you never take criticism on it. You're never going to improve.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to be stuck. You always need outside input. Like, at every opportunity, you need outside input. Even if you're a master, like, thinking from a childish perspective may actually help you in the end.
Well, then I would suggest the best way to let them know they did something stupid would be to tell them that they did something fucking stupid.
People have been telling them for years. Every fan game they shut down, people tell them that they're being stupid, and that IGN and other companies like that they post videos on it that maybe Nintendo should learn from this.
But they don't learn. They're so fucking god, dog.
They're not gonna learn until they're out of business. And like, I'll tell you what I tell everybody: if you don't like what a company's doing, stop supporting the fucking company. Stop buying their shit. Stop giving them money. If you don't like what they're doing, don't support it. You don't look at a crack addict and go, "Oh, you're addicted to crack. I don't like that. Here's $5."
And that's the most frustrating thing I think about
You're a
being
capitalist. You vote with your money.
exactly. But that's the most frustrating thing about like what we do is because we can look and see where there needs to be change, right? Where there needs to be some some we can look and see where things are wrong. Like for example, pre-orders. We can look at that and be like, no, there doesn't need to be pre-orders. Stop buying them. Stop pre-ordering games. It's
The
stupid.
problem isn't with pre-ordering games. The problem is
Well, no,
the
I'm using that as an
pre-order
example.
exclusives that you get.
Well, again, but what I'm saying is I'm just using that example. I don't wish
Mhm.
to go into that right now. But that's the thing that a majority of the gaming community, or at least the informed gaming community, uh, agrees on that it's a bad thing. That it negatively affects the gaming community. And why it's so frustrating is because it wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't profitable. So that means there are still a ton of people buying these things. That's the reason we have microtransactions in games. Like I heard somewhere, I don't remember what the statistic was. I think it was something like, I don't remember which game. Maybe League of Legends. I don't know. But basically, it was a game, and it was like the developer came out and said that, yeah, this game is funded by 5% of the community that plays it. Meaning that 5% of the community is buying the microtransactions and making the entire game basically not free, but incredibly cheap. It's just it sucks. Because we could all reap a great benefit.
And a lot of these games that go free and stuff like that, if you've ever been on the phone store and you've looked at these games that have microtransactions, these are games that like 10 years ago would have been on Newgrounds at best. And just these are games that would have been flash games that you wouldn't be charged for, but like nowadays with the ease of access of Steam and stuff like that, like even Infectinator, which was a flash game, is now being sold on mobile markets and on PC. These are games that are like that would never make money otherwise. It's just I don't know. Like, I think they deserve money for their work, but like at the same time, it seems kind of shitty that we're getting a not game. I don't want to say a not game because it is a game. We could be getting more quality, and the stores are being bogged down with things that aren't of a great value. But like, I'm not here to tell you what a value is. I'm here to give you the options, and you decide what is a good value and what isn't a good value. Like, there's only a few things in this world that I could say that were like a really bad purchase, and that's like the Steel Battalion, like 6 foot long
Oh
controller.
yeah. Oh, that was cool though.
But yeah, I'm not here to tell you what to buy and what not to buy. I'm telling you the information so that you can make an informed purchasing decision on your own. If you don't like what a company's doing, stop giving them money. It's really that simple. And like, you may think that just you doing it might not be enough, but the thing is if you're thinking it, other people are thinking it. Lead by example. When you say you don't want to support a game, tell people that you don't want to support the game for this reason. Don't tell them, hey, stop giving them money. Say, hey, I don't agree with what this company's doing, so I'm not giving them money anymore. But like, we get all bent out of shape about the wrong shit. And that's been a great example today with the No Man's Sky bullshit and the Nintendo bullshit. We're getting upset about the wrong things. We're ignoring the wrong problems.
Uh, well, and the thing is that yeah, we're getting upset about things in general, right? Like we're upset about day one DLC, um, day one DLC, pre-order bonuses, stuff like that. We get upset about things like that, but of course we're not taking it to that extreme. We're not messaging the guys and saying, hey, go fuck yourself. We're not doing stuff like that. We can say it in here, but we're not personally messaging those people and saying that you're the scum of the earth, kill yourself. That's the line that we have. We're not being insufferable little twats. It's just, in the end, it is. There are more important things to talk about out there, but in regards
Stop
to
complaining
this,
and doing nothing about it.
yeah.
Stop complaining in the wrong way. Like, if it's something that, if the game is fine, you bought the game, you're fine with the game, and they make a change you don't like, find constructive reasons for them to change the game back to the way it used to be or to make it better, rather than sending them KYS nerd in Twitter.
And for fuck's sake, if you have, this doesn't necessarily deal with the game developers or anything, but like with YouTubers and shit, I see this all the fucking time, and it just annoys the shit out of me. If there's a YouTuber that's offering you advice on something, don't fucking just say, you're fucking retarded, this build's complete shit. Don't fucking just say that. You can have your opinion, and it can be complete shit, or whatever, right? But fucking give a better build, or give a better example of something that actually isn't complete garbage.
That's because these people on YouTube put themselves up on a pedestal to be observed by everyone else, but the everyone else doesn't want to be looked at the same way. They don't want to provide actual constructive information because then they're subject to judging. They want to be able to judge anonymously, and that's just how the internet is. We hide behind our perfect little wall of anonymity. I can't say that word.
I got you though. Yeah, it's just it's a boatload of shit, and I can't.
Don't be an asshole. Provide constructive reasons why a game needs to be changed. And if you don't like what a company's doing before you even bought the game, don't buy the fucking game. Can everyone just stop being a piece of shit, or don't? Whatever floats your goat.